So we're going to talk about your fill and stroke, and we've talked this in other videos, but what that is here are your fill and stroke on your toolbar. I want you to know this little fill and stroke here, if you ever change the colors, if you click this, it will reset it. Obviously, it's already set there, but I can show you that later. And then right below that, you have these like quick colors, as I refer to them. First is the actual color you're using at the time. The middle one is your gradient, and the right one is your none. So think see-through or transparent. So there's a couple ways that you can change your fill and your stroke. I will let you know if you are going over to your swatches panel, okay, which looks like this right here, and you click a color, because the fill is out front, it means it's activated. And that's a color the software thinks you're changing. You can also see that here when we open our swatches panel, that's the color, or that's what we're going to be changing. Now, if I want to do the stroke, see how it says click to activate? I can just click it, and then it also changes over here to at my toolbar, and I can change the color. Same goes if I have my color here as well. If I click a color, it's going to change the fill, or excuse the stroke, because that's activated out front. Notice that these quick colors changed as well. Okay, so a couple ways to change the fill and the stroke. Select your object. Okay, you can double click. So let's do the fill first. Double click on the fill, and you can change it this way. Push OK. You can come up to the top here on your control panel, change the fill or the stroke. I'm just going to change stroke. Okay, so now you can see it's changed. I'm going to make the stroke a little bit bigger so you can see when I make changes. Okay, again, select my object. I could come over to my color panel, which is this right here. And because if you notice over here to the left, the fill is the one that is activated, I'm changing that color. Or you could come down here to the swatches. I'm going to activate my stroke and change that as well. Okay. The other thing you could do if you have, say, make something else, okay, and you want to make this, change this to a different color, notice that quick color changes. Every time I select something new, quick color changes. Okay. You could also hit gradient, and when you click on gradient, the gradient panel over to the right, is going to change. Notice that I had my fill deactivated and my stroke was activated, so it actually put a gradient on my my stroke. And undo real quick. I'm going to activate my fill, push the gradient, and then we have that as well. Or I could push none, and there it will be see-through in the middle. And I can tell because if I put it over top of another object, I can see right through it. Okay, so that is the fill and stroke.